Yeah, I love it as well. Fantastic new intro. Big shout out again to Senshai who made this brilliant intro here. Right, so yeah, big round of applause. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Very happy to hear that you like it. Right, welcome to Auckland. So Auckland, I have not only the airport but also the...
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box YouTube channel subscriber
I think
experience.
the city.
Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Nick, thank you so much. Nick Fox coming in 12 months on YouTube. Thank you so much, Nick. Big round of applause for you. I hope you're well. Thank you for the support. 1 year now. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Nick. So, let me quickly go and do FS actions. I don't want to have that. I want to have jetways. So, jetways, and then... so that's disconnecting, right? And then once that's done, I want to have the jetway working. What do you mean they have the same ICAO? What do you mean? Sorry, what ICAO? Oh, I know what you mean. Sorry. Yeah, that's a typo. Thank you. So NZCH. Yeah, I'll change that quickly. Hold on. There we go. So that should now be correct. And then on YouTube, I have to do that same. CH. Right, there we go. Thank you much for the shout out. Yeah. Yeah, thank you much for that info. Cool. Excellent. Always love it when people are finding these little mistakes that I make. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is we are going to call in, once I've started Quappel, then we can contact and call in for Jetway and GSX. So I have filed a flight plan and we're called Air New Zealand 82 Delta. Let me just switch off that first. So that has to go standby. There you go. So connect. Air New Zealand 82 Delta. I don't think we're going to have anybody online at this time of night. But you never know. 738. Connect. There you go. All right. So let's see if anybody else is online. Who knows? Cool. So then we're going to go GSX. Request operate jetways. I can hear the aircraft. Where? Oh, there's aircraft over here. Is anybody joining, guys? Are you guys joining me? And I guess, silly me, I've gone again to the international terminal. Is that the domestic terminal here? Oh. That's 28. Should I go to 28? Hang on. Gate. Right, there you go. Taxi jetway, that's fine. Let's see if I'm going to get the services going.
This parking is isolated. Ground services are not available.
What? Oh. So let's try 22, shall we?
This parking is isolated.
I
Ground
know.
services are not available. This parking is isolated. Ground services are not available.
Grr.
This parking is isolated. Ground services are not available.
How do I restart Quattle now? Hold on. Let's go Task Manager, Quattle, and then... there we go. Let's end that task. Let's restart Quattle.
This parking is isolated. Ground services are not available.
Give me a second. So let me go put this to... Hey James, welcome back. So let me put this to throttle quadrant PMDG. There it is. And then the yoke to 737. Apply and save. Resume. How come I can't? Ah, there we go. So let me see if I can do this then. If I go and put the aircraft here, and I shouldn't do this while logged on. There we go. So let's go to stand 22. Right. So let me see if I can finally get the jet we're working here. Operate jetways. Cool, there we go. Now, oh, this is quite interesting. So you see this here? So you can see that's a huge air conditioning unit. So you can use that air condition duct connected to the lower part of the fuselage somewhere. I don't know where the 737 has that. I assume probably somewhere here as well. And then you have air-conditioned or preconditioned air for the cabin, which is nice. Cool. So I am going to think about 141... Actually, I think it's 147 passengers. And for the fuel... let's do, I don't know, 500 there, 1,000 there, and then fuel target, so that's kilograms, and according to the flight plan, we're supposed to have
Welcome aboard the Captain
7.5.
Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Yeah, let's put 7.5.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks,
Hey,
snacks,
TV
and
Revenger,
premium
also
flight entertainment
long-term
will be served.
subscriber here.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much. TV Revenger, thank you so much for your amazing support. 46 months here on Twitch. I know it's even longer than that, but thank you so much for that. So we've set everything here. If we go GSX, request refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Let's see if that works.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Ah, I think that's our fuel truck there. I knew it. I knew it was going to plow right through the stairs. Oh.
Fuel truck is in position.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck.
Please use your airplane fuel
You
system to
can't
set the desired fuel
register the
quantity.
Livestream team scenery. I don't know. Well, contact the support there. See if that if they can help you with that. Nice. So I have my own MCU, sort of hardware MCU, so I'm going to use that to program everything. We've got a good database until 23rd of March, so that's fine. Position in it. That's fine. Route. Now, oh, hold on.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
So there's no route plans. Oh, hold on. I need to do something else, right? Fuel. And then I go to ground services. So, and then fueling start.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
So I think it's already gone again, hasn't it? So let's request boarding. Yeah, he's gone. I'm a bit confused regarding the menu here. Anyways, let's go Auckland to Christchurch. Flight number is Air New Zealand 82 Delta. Let's have a look at the weather right now. So here, it's 050 at 3. Hey Matt, how you doing?
Boarding requested.
Oh yeah, so Matt, you're coming in at an amazing good time. So much stuff happening in the flight sim world. So absolutely. Great time to be in flight simming. So that's the routing today. Taking off to the northeast, down we go, and here's Christchurch there. So for departure, it says we're supposed to use...
Do you want a board crew?
No.
Passengers boarding starting.
The Police to Quebec, or Police to Quebec. That's Police to Quebec, and then the transition to Carl, which is down here. So, initial climb on that is track 051 to MRAC, turn right, track 141 to Polis, cross Polis at number 5000, and then transition to Carl. From Polis, turn right, track 195 to Limes, max to 50 until turn complete, and then turn left, track 174 to Carl. So that's fairly straightforward. So we'll use that. So departure, arrival, departure, 5 right. Police to Quebec with the Carl transition. Excellent. Good. From there, what we want to have is Hotel 384. And then it's Hotel 252. With November Papa there. Fantastic. And Yankee 288. Yankee 288. November Sierra. And then to Peaks. And from there the arrival.
Thank you.
Peaks execute. The weather down in Christchurch is 040 at 8. So let's have a look at departure arrival. Arrival, and they have VOR approaches and ILS approaches. ILS 02, I would assume it is. And we are arriving by the Peaks. So we have several options. So it's 2 Echo or 7 Alpha. Let's check that here. So we have there's Peak 7 Alpha, and that's an on of arrival, and the other one was the 2 Echo. Right, where's Peaks 2 Echo?
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Yeah, no, that's the 2 Echo. Interesting.
Hello.
Alright, let's try this way. Peaks 2 Echo. Or 7 Alpha, disregard. What am I saying? There we go. So 7 Alpha, there we go. So it's either this one or that one. And I guess for 02 it's going to be the 7 Alpha to Albat. Security. What's going on? No charts available for the approach? What? Oh, because Peaks. Rage! Right, so there we go. ILS Steamy Localizer 2. So that will be the ARC. It's that kid again. Oh, you know what? I actually would be interested to fly an Arnhem approach, maybe. Although that's Albat here, isn't it? That's the ILS. Alright, let's go with this then. So, yeah, let's do this one. That should be interesting. Or maybe an Arnhem approach. So, we did say it should be 7 Alpha.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
That was the Albat. Why don't they have the Albat transition anywhere? Oh, Upton. Oh, there it is. Alright, so let's try the R enough approach then, shall we? Right, so we've got legs page, next page, next page, next page. Let's clear that out, and then let's do that as well. And then just go insert
Alright,
that.
Thank you.
And then we should be good. So that's the idea, to fly this approach. Hey Nick, how you doing? Hello, hello. Hope everything's good. So there we go, there we go. Oops. Light director's on. Runway track 051. Nice. Cool. Quick look of the overhead panel here. Let's put those on. Let's start the APU. Hey, nice. You got the contract. GG. Big round of applause. Well done, Nick. Well deserved. Brilliant. Yeah, you must be hyped. Man. So we're climbing 360, it says. Alright, 360. And the elevation on landing is 123. So let's put 150 in there. So that's good. APU starting. Boarding completed. One, two. Let's put that on. That's fine. As well. Fantastic. So that's done. Let's have a look. Let's release the ground power. Regarding the takeoff performance, set, woodchucks removed. So 62.7. It's a bit more than on the flight plan, but there we go. And we have reserves. 2.92. Oh, that's 3 tons actually. It's a lot of reserve fuel. Cost index is 38. Cruising level 360. Cruise wind up there is 250 at 35. Temperature up there is minus 55. How long is the runway? We're just going to take some standard values then. So we're parked here. We'll taxi out Alpha. Runway 05 right, so Alpha 10. And we have 3.5 kilometers. So we can flex a lot. Let's put 55 in there. Take off 1. Flex 5. CG 19.3. And then we've got 147, 148, 149. So we'll put this in here, 149. LNAV, VNAV. And yeah, we'll climb 10,000 initially. And transition is in 13,000. So let's go climb. And let me have a look at some values here. We've got NDP 2, 1030, 1030. And engine out is 1600, straight ahead 20 miles. Next page. So we have acceleration 1,000. That's cool. And that's 1,500. Engine out. Dry runway. And that's pretty much it. So let me get a checklist. And then we're good to go. So, pre-flight checklist, oxygen, test at 100%, navigation transfer, display switches are normal auto, pressure, window heat is on, pressurization mode selector is an auto, flight instruments heading 051, and altitude 30 feet, connection set. That 1012 is checked. And park and brake set, engine start levels are cut off, and that's a pre-flight checklist completed. Let's put 122.8 in here. So let's go 122.8. There's an hour of departure, not needed anything else there. Squawk 2000, yes sir. 2000 coming up. There we go, mode Charlie is on. Forward entry is still open. Oh, it's closing. So then we go put anti-collision light on. That is on. That's good. All right. So before start to the line, fuel we have 7,400 kilograms pumps on. Nothing in the center tank. Passenger signs on. MCP V2 heading V2 149 heading 051 out of 10,000. V1 is 147, VR 148, V2 149. CD pre-flight is completed, and rudder aileron trim 0 neutral. Taxi takeoff briefing completed. Below the line, flight deck door closed and locked.
Auckland traffic, full established runway.
And then doors are closed and anti-collision light is on, and that's the...
Sorry, Auckland traffic, full established runway 055.
So someone's here, which is nice. Request pushback. Have there been always A380s at Dubai Airport? No, I don't think always, but I mean for the last at least 10 years, I would say yes.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So I would like to push back, just simply... Yeah, nose right to tail left.
New Zealand 245 holding short 05 right for the landing traffic.
Hey, that's a voice I remember. I recognize. Ah, there we go.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Those movements.
Auckland traffic 5 miles, runway 05.
Locking gear.
So, nose right to your left.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Thank you much. So let's call up the engine instruments. There they are. Packs go off. Good pressure, and let's start engine 2. So as always, we look for the N2 first of all. Oh, hang on, what's happening? Oh, this way. Wrong way. This way around. Ground. So there we go. So we look for N2. Start valve open. About 23%. Fuel on. Looking for the EGT rise now. Fuel flow rise. There it is. No, I've not bought the Antonov 225 yet. I just came back yesterday evening, so I had no time today to look into that. But I will check. I think Chewy flew today, right? So
Please set parking brakes.
I will check, see how he
Waiting your confirmation for
how
a
he
good
fared and
engine
what he thinks
start.
of it. So good engine start on 2, starting engine 1. Start valve open. Here comes fuel on. Again. Fuel flow, light up, EGT rise. There it is.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine. Start. You can disconnect.
Good engine start.
Unlocking gear.
So let's do the after start flows. Down here.
Auckland traffic 05 located. Taxi to gate.
Where's the click spot for that? 1, 2, there we go.
And Auckland traffic, New Zealand 245, lining up and take up on New
Tow
Zealand
truck
55.
disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is
AQ
clear.
off. Flaps go to 5. And then we do a flight control check. There we go. Cool. And before taxi checklist, generators are on, propede on, anti-ice not required. Isolation valve is auto, engine starts with just continuous. While I'm up here, let's do that. Recall was checked, auto brake, oh, there you go, auto brake RTO. Engine start levels idle attend. Flight control is checked, ground equipment. Clear. Auckland traffic, Air New Zealand A2 Delta taxiing 1005 right in Auckland. Let's check the brakes. Brakes are checked. So we're going to turn right on Alpha. Oh, here we go. It's departing nicely, GG. Incoming traffic, no factor. It's complicated, but it's not hard to fly it, okay. Hey Simpsons, so from watching other streamers, it seems like the Antonov has a huge learning curve. It's a 6-person crew in real life. Oh my god. Is it really? Everything's Russian. Oh god. That sounds complicated. Terrain. It's not? Okay. There are 3 words in English. GG. Tooltips are in English, so it's doable. Okay. Right, let's get the TCAS to on. And traffic, there it is. Traffic is on. Before takeoff, flaps 5, green light, trim should be 6 up. Is set. Let's get the guidance system all going here as well. Fantastic. So, oh, that's the wrong button. Of course, you have to learn some Russian words beforehand. Right, there's the problem, right? Where do I find the time to do that? Flying like a brick. Okay, so here's the threshold. Don't see anyone on TCAS. Auckland traffic, New Zealand A2 Delta lining up departing flight right in Auckland. Goody, let's do that. That goes to there. Danny says you also have the option at least. Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like fun. So what you could do routing from Leipzig? What would be a typical routing? Leipzig to what? Are we ready, guys? I think we are, right? So let's do this. Let's time on. Let's go. That's the disconnect. Let's go. Take off. So N1 Toga. It's a bit hazy now. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. Wow, let's get FPS hungry. Alright, leave on. Rotate. The aircraft lift off. There it is. Pause it. Oh. Clear up. Wow, what's happening with the FPS? that with the FSC office? FPS is pretty bad actually. It's like 40. That's alright. Flaps 1. It's really stuttery. Just going to try something here regarding FSUI PC. Flaps up. The HUD. Yeah, it could be. Hang on, let me see. I mean, yeah, the HUD seemed to have a little bit of an effect. Yeah, maybe it was the HUD, yeah. Now smooth. Which is kind of surprising. I mean, the HUD didn't really have much on it, does it? I mean... Hey, Insane Base, how you doing? But yeah, now it's definitely better. Yeah. Already passing. Is it already transition? No, that's 13,000. Didn't I set that? 13,000. So 13,000 is where we set the yeah, right. Thank you. There we go. Cool. Excellent. Thank you much. It's interesting how hazy it is today. Look at that. But it looks nice. So that is the update from World Update. Was it 12 or something? Climbing up 10,000. There's traffic inbound there, 20 miles. So let's continue climb. N1 VNAV speed. It's a message unable to 10 at done. I'll disregard for now. That is in the approach. So we've got traffic inbound, but he's below us now, so no factor. I don't know if that's the right values. I mean, 250 tons lands. I mean, who knows? Because of the way, you know, it has the weight, the flap slats. You never know. Maybe it is accurate. So let's release the cabin as well. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are on. Cabin is climbing. Packs auto, landing gear up and off, and flaps up and on lights after takeoff checklist completed. And now we have transition. Oh, Lee, haven't we intercepted the VNAV path? Yes, we have. What do you mean taking so long? It just accelerated. So we passed 10,000. So 250 below 10,000, and then passing 10,000, it went to the climb cruise speed, or the climb speed, sorry, and that was 310 now. Well, we are on climb, so it gets to VNAV path when you level off. Because right now it's maintaining the VNAV profile with econ speed, so that's why you have VNAV speed. I'm not sure what you're referring to. And let's go 360. Yeah, exactly. We're pitching for speed, so we've got exactly. So we've got N1, so it's setting climb power, right? And that is the speed, the econ climb speed. If we go climb, that's the econ target speed, and now it pitches to maintain that speed exactly. No, well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you have a VNAV path climb. It has a descent VNAV path, right? But I think even descent, doesn't it say in descent VNAV speed as well? Or does it say VNAV path? Well, the thing is, it's a good question. The thing is this, so a VNAV path descent, so geometrically is possible because it can use the thrust, so it can go. So yeah, okay. So Barry Boehm says can say both during descent. So you can have a path in descent because you can actually reduce the thrust, increase the thrust. Right now, the most efficient way to climb to cruising level is with climb
Auckland
power.
Traffic, FedEx 219.
Climb power with a certain econ climb speed.
For runway 05 right, Auckland.
And then it's just pitching for the speed. While in a descent, again, it's possible to have a geometrical path, which is then manipulated by the thrust. Yeah. So yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber.
Yeah, so VNAV path
Could new
VNAV
subscribers
path
please
will
make your way
respect
to
all
the
of
first
the
class cabin, where complimentary drinks,
restrictions,
snacks,
speed
and premium
restrictions,
flight
and level
entertainment will
restrictions.
be served. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll have a speed mode, not N1. It'll have speed mode in the descent, and it should have VNAV path, unless. But I mean, level change is level change, right? That has nothing to do with VNAV. How do you? Oh, yeah. So baby Boeing, how do you get into VNAV speed? How do that? Hey, RB Score, thank you so much. And that's almost 3 years now. Thank you, RB Score, for your support. I hope you're doing well. The crossfeed valve, yeah. So normally that is closed unless you want to balance the fuel between left and right. So if you want to do that, let me just do that here. So let's open the crossfeed. And then let's say we have more on the right tank. I'll switch off the left pumps. Alright, so now the left engine gets fuel from the right hand tank. Hey Bruno, nice to see you. Bruno, I was just thinking about you today. I hope you're doing well. How's life? How are you doing? Nice to see you. Right. Well, whenever you have an amber light like this one now, so if I go recall, it's a very basic system.
Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Well, if it, so
could new subscribers please make your way to the first
if you don't touch the recall and you get a caution message, and normally that recall panel is only, or that indication panel is only for switches, or let's say lights that come up outside of your field of view. So here, for example, if I switch off the fuel pumps here, it should get us now a master caution fuel. And there it is. And then we clear that. And to recall that, we press on the recall. And Sim Caesar, thank you so much, Sim Caesar. That's really kind of you. Gifting us up to Bruno. And Bruno, Sim Caesar, are you streaming tonight? Today's Tuesday, right? I think you're streaming. Yeah, I mean, if you do that, it will continue to show that it's got a caution until you switch those back on again, or that caution message up here disappears. Then that will disappear as well. So there we go. So you can see now we're using fuel from the right-hand side and not anything from the left anymore. So let's switch those back on. I'm not touching the recall. There we go. Now it disappears again. See? Is there no, as long as the error continues to be there, right? So whenever that's still there and you get a hello, isn't that supposed to be a caution message here? Yeah, okay, so fuel. No, so whenever that's you can clear up that panel so that it lights up when you have a new problem. But during the approach, you will have to press recall. Just make sure you know or are aware of the issues if you have any. And Ali, so if you have center tank fuel, the procedure is, I think it's about 200 kilograms. Then you start opening the crossfeed valve so that the center tank fuel goes into the, equally into the main tanks. Sim Caesar is streaming at 2400 UTC. Thanks so much. So Sim Caesar, big shout out. If you do not know Sim Caesar yet, please make sure to check us channel tonight, midnight UTC. Yeah, no worries. So I want to do something here because I keep getting these error messages. Drag required after updance. So it's got an issue regarding the speed. So airvacs. Let's have a look at the. That is long enough. So it's just this. Well, how about we enter 190 knots then in here? So that way, the speed reduction from this waypoint to this waypoint isn't as large. Maybe now it stops complaining. Because I'm pretty sure it's more like at or below speed. Yeah, max speed. There we go, that's a maximum speed. So you can actually fly slower if you want to. Drag required. Well, we know drag will be required in the PMDG, right? I mean, no doubt about it. Sim Caesar, what are you up to tonight? What are you flying? Curious I am. We're landing at 6:17. That's 55 minutes from now. Ooh, nice. T-Tail Tuesday. Ah, yes, indeed. Like 727. So there's two big things here. So these are red covered switches, which means you should not touch those. If you do, you permanently disconnect the generator, electric generator, from your system. So that's why you don't really touch them unless you have to switch them off. So what could happen if you go to menu? Oh, it doesn't do failures yet, does it? Oh, it does. Failures. So let's do electrical. Programmed. So I want to see overheat. So you can't overheat the. So you can just do generator failure, drive disconnect, fail. Yeah, so up here you have the AC panel, you have the DC panel. So this is DC side, you can check DC amps, DC voltages, so transformer rectifier units 1, 2, and 3. You can check the battery power, 24 volts here, battery bus, standby power. And here generator 1 has 400 hertz and 115 volts. APU generator obviously switched off at the moment. Gen 2, same thing. Inverter. Ground power 0 obviously, and the standby power, very important. At or below? I don't. Let me see. Can you do at or below? No, I think you can only do at or below altitude, correct? Yeah, you should not be able to do 190 below or something. Really? Hang on. What? 210 below? Does that work? Oh, it does. Well, there we go. There's the answer. These things, yeah, you don't really mess much with these unless you have a failure. So these are VCHEF NAF radios, both on 1 or both on 2, the IRS units. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll let me fail the right IRS units, shall we? So let's try that. Navigation, failures, navigation, programmed, IRS right fail. So let's do that. Let's do that in 2 minutes. Armed. In 02 minutes. Exit. Right. So what will happen in 2 minutes? The inertial reference unit number 2 will go. So the right one. That will disappear. And then we can recover that display by switching both onto the source 1. Yeah, exactly. Master warning incoming. Ali, so it means in case of fuel endurance, we use valve to balance fuel. Well, yeah, you can. So this would be normally an issue, Ali, when you have an engine failure. So when you have an engine failure, you're going to have to balance your fuel at some point. Because right now, the left main tank is supplying the left engine and the right main tank is supplying the right engine. Right, they are separated by that crossfeed valve. Right, so if an engine fails, let's say the left engine fails, you're only going to use fuel from the right-hand side. And so you can use the crossfeed to open up the connection there and then use the fuel from the other side. Does that work here as well, Bruno? Equipment cooling. Hang on. So equipment cooling. No, so look at that synoptic there. So if you have fuel in the center tank, the left pump should supply the left side and the right pump will supply the... Manual flight, I have controls. And there we go. So that's the IR2 fault, right? So let me try my autopilot again. Autopilot 1, autopilot 2. What? It doesn't work. What? You're joking. The autopilot fails with that failure. No way. That's a bad joke. That shouldn't happen. No, the autopilot 1 should remain active. But anyways, so that switch on top. So if you go IRS, both on left, you see now we've recovered, but we can't use the autopilot. Lol. Right. Let me I want the autopilot back. Let me fix that. Hang on. Menu. Menu. Aircraft failures. Active no. Right, there we go. Oh no. Oh no! And now it doesn't do the alignment anymore because we're in flight. GG. Well, I mean, I've got to hand fly this thing now. Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. Let's align that. It doesn't work either. Nope, nothing works. I tried that. Well, I mean, if we don't have autopilot system, we can't fly RVSM. That's one issue. Hang on. Setup what? Wait, hang on. What? All systems. Hold on. What? Where? Hang on. PMDG setup failures clear all. I tried that. Ah. Let me put that back to there. Can't force a line. Well, FMC. I don't know. What? How would you display this? I've done that. So. Altitude. Okay. Alt hold. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to do level flight, altitude hold. Yeah. Ah! Ha! We got it back! We got it back! Yes! Thank God for that. We're back. I put this into attitude mode. So at least now we're back. Yeah, that's a bit strange though. Right, enough path, enough FMC speed. Whew. No, that's going to be very complicated to explain. So the inertial reference unit with the gyroscope or laser ring gyroscope is able to do a raw kind of in-flight alignment, and that's what we did with the align there. And now can you put that back to nav? Okay. Oh, disregard that. Yeah, but that seems a bit kind of overdone. So. It doesn't matter. We've got the autopilot back. Thank God for that. Oh, but that's interesting. Look, hang on. So one interesting thing you see right now. So we did recover the attitude, but on the right-hand system, it did not restore the heading. So that's definitely off. And I guess maybe that's correct. So you can't have both on left and the autopilot still. So we got to ignore that that map display. I just accept the fact that we don't have an alignment there, heading alignment there. No, you can't. Well, if you turn on the autopilot 2, I don't think you can actually do that. And if you did, it would use the wrong heading, obviously. Then it would fly the routing, I guess, a bit wrong. Yeah, but it's not accepting LNAV. You see, it says something's wrong with the LNAV there. So we can use LNAV on the system 1. Oh yeah, you're right. You could. Yeah, I remember that as well, Bruno. Good point. Good point. So if you go to the menu somewhere in here, let me see. Where was that? Oh, there we go. Set heading. Set IRS heading. Hold on. So this is number 2, right? So if you put 180. Nothing happened. I think the position, let me just have a look. Position. It's not that far off. Overhead panel. So maybe what you mean with align? Let me try align. Well, no, that's attitude though. Yeah, but I don't know why it disappears, you see? That's the thing, so... What display? Heading status? Yeah, I tried. But also, I mean, can you access the different IR units? Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's got no position now. I'm seeing it. Yeah. Because you're moving all the time, so you're not standing still. So you're actually moving around very quickly. So the only thing really you can realign by gravity is the attitude. Right, so that's it. You cannot realign horizontally, in a sense, get your position again, because we're moving very quickly through over the ground. So that's why it can't determine its own position anymore. Yeah, welcome. So there we go. So we successfully broke one of the IR units. Well done. Anyways, let's prepare for the approach. Right, the equipment cooling is actually quite often quite complicated with regards to the supply exhaust fans. And, you know, normally it's in automatic. I don't think it can actually fail something. Let me see if I can fail on the right hand side. Menu, that. No, so let's say I don't think it's actually possible to fail that, is it? Transponder, terrain, plot, no. So normally that would be under, well, air conditioning or support system, no. So
Good night.
Voyager, mach's gut. Thanks so much for watching. Yeah. Yeah. That's just bleed. So that's not even simulated. So if with the equipment cooling, if one of the fans or the blower has an issue and the cooling isn't sufficient, the CRT or the displays will go into black and white mode to see if they can run cool enough on black and white mode. If it doesn't, then it'll shut down completely, I guess, at some point. So, and then you can switch to the alternate. But that will be done according to checklist. You just wouldn't, you know, simply switch around. I actually have the was it deluxe? Because I was curious about the 787 and 747. So. Oh, that's interesting. So Bruno says in the NG, so next generations, since they aren't CRT anymore, so they are actually LCDs, they don't get that hot anymore. So they don't go black and white as well. Okay, there we go. So it's not so much an issue then. Cool. Let's have a look at the airport. So we have the landing runway 02, that's 3,300 meters almost. We'll vacate via Alpha 4, Alpha 3, and so in this case I'll go with orbit 2. 4.6 tons. Yeah, we'll go orbit 2 on here. 2 set, and we'll go. So we have a long runway. Let's go with flaps 30 today. That's high speed though, isn't it? Wow, that's heavy. 67 tons. The max landing weight is 66.4. Right. I don't know. Why are we so heavy today? Hang on. Let me just fix that quickly. Aircraft. Payload. Oh, that's 100% load level. Test. Right, let's go to 90. So there we go. Index, performance. There we go, 65. Well, that's still very heavy. Look at the speeds. 148 still, that's really fast. Yeah, Danny, I mean, I do set everything regarding, you know, the passengers myself, but it always ends up for some reason at really high gross rates. I don't know why. Good, so we're about to start our descent. So what can we set here? We've got a VR, Christchurch VR. It's 115.3. So VR 1153. Transfer that. ILS pre-select was 109.9. We'll do the same here. So 15.3. We'll pre-select 109.9. And the inbound course is 16. Luca, hey. Or Lucaser, hey. So that's 110 above. Let me put this to let me try 100, see how the VNAV maintains that. Actually, let's go 90, and then let's see how the VNAV descent profile works on this. Yeah, wind should be alright. It shouldn't really mess too much with the VNAV path. So that's that. Recall checked and minimums. So actually, disregard. We did want to do an art approach, didn't we? We did. Approach RMP Zulu. There you go. So that's what we want to do. Zulu Elna Vina minimum 400. So that is going to be 400 feet. So Barrow 400 is set. Yeah, so there's a bit of terrain there. That's almost 10,000 feet. And that's why it says peaks 110 or above. Good, so for the approach briefing, we'll be arriving via Auckland. That's the English approach fix. Then we're going to go down 2,000 feet. So it's a very low intercept for the final descent point. We'll check NISM 1460. Missed approach point is the runway. Minimum's 400. Missed approach. Max to 10 knots via Ogina. Turn right. Mebot. And Mebot mandatory 4,000 feet. So missed approach 4,000 it is. We'll turn right off the runway, Alpha 3 or Alpha 4, and then we'll taxi to the terminal. Sector is 537146, so pretty high. Although, according to the obstacle, the highest one is there, 2,025 feet. So 2,000 with the white area is safe. I'm surprised. So the terrain must really get high quickly around. A bit further out. There we go. Yeah, right. It says peaks, right? So. Oh. Yeah, it says peaks. Danny, I've used -15 actually. Here's top descend. we go. There we go. Down we go. VNAV path. There we go. So here we got now VNAV path. It's calling for the thrust retard, so it's trying to plan that with idle power. And then it's going to try to maintain that pre-calculated path. Yeah, but isn't it minus 15%? I mean, Bruno, otherwise it calculates with 2,400 kilograms per hour, while you're only using like 2,000. Pretty sure it's minus 15, that was accurate. Landing altitude is set. From SimBrief, so the profile when you calculate your flight plan on SimBrief. Well, Danny, for the Phoenix, I kind of given up on that. Yeah, because it's literally wrong and every time, and so yeah, I don't bother with that. I guess here in the PMDG it may be quite good. So peaks we're supposed to have 3.2 plus extra of 600, so 3.8 at peaks. Already? Fasten seatbelts? Nah. We've still got, how much time do we have? Yeah, we got about 23 minutes to go. So, oh good. Yeah, no need for seatbelts just yet. What? When did they switch on the seatbelts? 25 minutes before landing or what? Blimey. Right, so latest weather. Let me check that through here. So let's go. See if we can get something here. That doesn't make sense. Let's do that. So Christchurch. So that's 1011. 060 at 15. So bit crosswind, 16 degrees. So I'm going to preset 1011. Really? So seatbelts were on up to the top climb and then from the top ascent to landing. Okay, lol. So the thing is this, so for us, our cruise, when we switch on the landing, the seatbelt signs, well, actually let's do it this way. So when we have the seatbelt signs on, that also applies to the flight attendants. So the minute that we switch on the seatbelt signs, they will start with their announcements, preparations for landing, etc., etc. So then they will be seated 10 minutes prior landing, which is about 10,000 feet below. They will start, be seated on their flight attendant seats. again at the scenery here. Yeah, weather permitting, of course, yeah, as always. Yeah. I am wondering, with the update, you know, Orbix had New Zealand, was it New Zealand land class or something? That -10, -15, that was the, so SimBrief calculates with a fuel flow of about 2,400 kilograms per hour on the A320 with the CO, so the normal engines. But the Phoenix in Microsoft Flight Sim has not its own engine model yet, so it uses the standard Asobo engine model, and that only uses 2,000 kilograms per hour. So if you only have an accurate flight plan, when you do that, you can offset the fuel flow of that engine by, you know, -10, -15, +10, +50, whatever. So you can do that manually if you want to. That's what we're talking about. Do you climb less than 1,000? No. No, only for level off, Danny. So 2,000 feet before level off, we go 1,500 feet per minute max, and then 1,000 feet to level off, we go 1,000 feet per minute maximum. No, not here. No. So again, you can only do that on the ground, it seems. Well, Oggy, that's a question. That is the question. I don't know if you have to. I mean, mesh is different to textures, so maybe if you install the mesh again, or use that on top of the Orbix or the Microsoft World Update 12, maybe that's why. Oh, that helps. I don't know. Yeah, so it's an arm, so you can actually use your. You can move the thrust levers manually now, and yeah, just the descent path and speed if you wanted to, but that would change once you intercept an altitude, for example. Then it goes back to a normal mode. No, right now it's on the path, so it's, you know, as long as the speed doesn't deviate too much, this will stay in arm. If you go too slow, it'll activate. If you go too fast, because it's above the profile, it'll ask you to use speed brakes. Well, I mean, Andrew, normally FMC would tell you, but if you want to have, you know, a backup method for calculating, airliners are actually, you know, pretty good in standard atmospheric conditions with no wind to go 3 degrees with idle power. So So with that, you can use that rule of thumb. For each 1,000 feet altitude you have to lose, you do 3 nautical miles distance. So let's say at 30,000 feet, and you're descending towards sea level, then that would be 90 miles plus any additional for the speed reduction. And that will give you, you know, a fairly good calculation already. But you have to correct that for any, you know, headwind or tailwind, if that's present. That looks nice. Look, so I'm not rated on the 737. I'm rated on an A320. My knowledge with the 737 is limited as well, guys. So I don't know when that comes back on. No, in descent it will not go to N1, no. That's on go around or takeoff. The cranium, you struggle with landing. Well, I mean, you know, you just have to practice. You just can't imagine, or you can't, you know, expect to be doing perfect landings, you know, after 1 or 2 days of flying. That does take its time. Why do you think pilots learn for such a long time? Good. So, descent checklist. We've got landing altitude set 150. Recall is checked. Auto brake is 2. Landing data VREF minimums VREF 148. Minimums 400. And approach briefing is completed. Approach checklist is next. Hello. Yeah, the cranium. Keep practicing. Yeah, don't despair. Just keep on. Good. 11,000 above. That's what we have now. It's gonna go VNAV. Oh, there we go. Here goes VNAV speed. So once the speed drops below a certain value, although we're getting high in the profile now, so it may tell me to use speed brakes. Drag required. Yeah, we're getting high in profile. Hey, MAN! Hey, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, can one of my moderators please try to use a command like hi? I just want to see if you guys can actually access the bot. Oops. That's YouTube. Hang on. Where's my Twitch bot? Yeah. Black box. You need to switch on keypads. That works. Oh, Mark, I took that command away from you. Well, no, I didn't, but commands. Yeah, permission moderator. It should work. So it's still just ever so slightly above the path, but it's not calling for a speed brake yet. Hey Amar, how you doing? Right, let's have, oh beautiful, look at that. That is very nice. You can always go around. No, I know what the issue is. So I updated Streamlabs chatbot, and it tells me when I start it that I need to do something to confirm something again, but I can't find that prompt anywhere. Oh, hang on. Huh? Huh? Why is that working now? Good. Transition is in 13,000 feet. So let's go. 1011. Descend. Forecast. 140. There it is. So still 148 there. Now we're 1,000 feet too high. I don't know why it's not calling for speed brakes. I'm going to pull the speed brake lever here. Because we are a bit high in the profile. And then we'll descend 3,000. By Upton. Max 210 it says. Yeah, we set 190 there. Cool. Alright. You think so? Okay. Good, I'm going to select, well, we're not going to do ILS, are we? We're going to do the RNF approach, so let me remain on that. And we've got actual precision at 0.06, and we need 0.3 for the approach later on. Danny, I had the same, so on takeoff, Danny, I had an issue as well with the FPS. Now, I'm not sure if that was due to the HUD, not. So right now it's fine. How different is the flight of 737 compared? Well, I mean, in manual flight, the biggest difference is you have to trim the aircraft yourself. Back on parts, speed brakes in. So that definitely is, you know, something not easy to do in a flight sim because you don't feel the pressure on the yoke when you're out of trim. In the real aircraft you would feel that, and so you know you have a nice kind of feedback in real life. Already, that's fine. Cool. Christchurch traffic, Air New Zealand 82 Delta is going to fly the R&P approach runway 02. And we're approaching Airvax right now. So I'm going to use the speed intervention now. I'm going to start slowing down. I don't trust that mode too much. It's a bit of speed brakes again. The PMDG is a bit too clean, so that's why I often do use, or I have to use the speed brake here. Here comes flaps 1. Flaps 5. Just going to add a little bit of drag so that we can descend here. Speed brakes out again. Yeah, we need to descend. Hey Klapti, good evening. Minimum is 400, so I'm going to dial in the minimum 400. So we continue LNAV VNAV. Because we don't have an approach button here. There we go. So now that answers the question. We have FMC speed, VNAV path. We're on path, on speed. So now we just continue with that progress page. 14 miles. Yeah, that's good altitude here. Fantastic. Flaps 10. Yep, flaps 10. Good, so we should be around about 10 miles. Yeah, 10 miles, 3,000 feet. Fantastic. Here comes the gear. Flaps 15.
2,500.
Let's check. Turning final. On path. Looking good. Flaps 25. And we should have 153 final approach. Speed and flaps 30 final setting coming in. Yeah, I do like the HUD, yeah. As long as it doesn't hit FPS, it's all fine. Okay, we're on path apparently. Let's recheck raw data information. We've got about 7 miles to run, 2,100 feet. Sounds legit. Landing checklist, well actually approach checklist 1011 is set. And for the landing checklist we have engine start levers continuous. Speed brake is armed. No, it's not armed. Now it's armed, green light. Landing gear down, 3 greens, and the flaps of 30. Green light, that's the landing checklist completed. There's the runway. I'm going to go manual thrust. And now we quickly go 4,000 feet missed approach. So we're still on path. We should be around about 3 miles. Coming up 3 miles here. And let's check. So it's adjusted the path. It just seemed to be a bit low. Well, at least it thought it was low. But I can see at least one white. It looks like 1 white, 3 red. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on path. So it's doing that very nicely.
1,000.
1,000, let's check. It's just a little bit twitchy. Let's go manual flight here. See if we can do that a bit better, a bit more stable. So what I try to do now is get the flight path vector. Does that make sense? Yeah. Flight path vector onto the touchdown zone and try to keep it there. And that way I should be able to keep a nice 3-degree profile, stay on path there. Oh, we got 40 FPS again. Blimey. Well, that didn't help much. Wow, did the update... Anybody else struggling with that update?
400.
A bit fast here. Whoa!
Approaching minimums. minimums.
Continue. I got 35 FPS. What is happening?
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Right, got decel. You had MAN had the same manual brakes, same issues. Yeah, that's from the EGPWS system. About 30 feet, I would say. I mean, the landing was decent, right? Touchdown was alright. Why 30 feet? No, it's around 30 feet. Not exactly 30 feet, but experience shows 30 feet is the point where you have the ground effect coming in. And that's when you can get rid of the excess thrust. Otherwise, you're going to float for too long. This is the Orbix scenery, Christchurch, so NZA, I think. No, if you land with power, you're very likely to float. Just continue flying and floating. I need to test with the Phoenix, because I am sure, I'm 100% sure that FPS should not go down to 35. That's ridiculous. Although maybe, you know what, maybe Orbix, the Orbix add-on collides with World Update.
Welcome aboard the
Hey,
Captain
continue.
Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first
big
class
shout out to
cabin,
Continuum.
where
I'm sure you all know
complimentary
him
drinks,
already.
snacks and premium flight infotainment will be served. Thank you.
Also a fantastic streamer here on Twitch.
Good
Big
evening,
shout out.
Captain. Nice landing. Challenger soon.
Absolutely. I know. I promised you as well, and I've got holiday now, so I am definitely up for shared flight again. Got lots of time available. Okay, I need to maybe get rid of the Orbix one then. It's a shame. I mean, what parking? Hang on, let me just stop here. What parking spot is that?
Good night, Black Box.
Reynolds, thank you much for watching. Yeah, I can do that, Reynolds. Yeah. 26. Reynolds, did you notice any issues with FPS? Good night, MAN. Yeah, hope to see you soon again, MAN. Thanks so much. Continuum in general or just here in New Zealand? Because on the first flight it was alright. You had 15 FPS in the Phoenix. Oh my god. So what's happening then? Yeah, but normally I don't have issues getting 50 FPS.
Christchurch traffic, New Zealand 2108 passing through at 5000 for ALS 02 Christchurch.
Mark, yeah. I mean, but still, that's... I don't know. The flight to Gibraltar was fine. I didn't notice any bigger FPS drop there. No, then again, we flew to Queenstown in the Phoenix on my last stream, I think, or 2 streams ago. We had absolutely no problem with the FPS. It was absolutely butter smooth. So shutdown. Fuel pumps are off. Probe heat off. Hydraulic panel set. Those can go off. Flaps are up. Park brake is set. Engine start was cut off. Weather radar is off as well. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, I know. That's a weird thing. All right, let's just quickly hop into Queenstown. Brendel says we should have a look at that for the update. And then, yeah, I'll do some more investigation. I'll try to kick out the Orbix add-on for New Zealand. Just checking what it's called, actually. So it's called... Yeah, it's called New Zealand Mesh, but you tell you what, it's actually not installed right now, it seems. I'll disregard that. So the Orbix Mesh is not installed. Ooh, what happened here? Breno, do you have the same issue there with this? Yeah, but again, performance is... Well, it's got 50 FPS here, 47 this way, 49. Yeah, that's alright. Andrew, good night to you. Take care. Follow the river, hang on. Camera, there it is, and let's go fast. Follow the river, okay. Yeah, but it's 47 to 46 FPS. I don't know. Something's going on. Something's fishy going on. I honestly don't know. A server issue. Yeah, one thing I noticed earlier on, I had a feeling that the scene was somewhat blurry. Now it's smooth for me. Yeah, you're right, Alpha. I need to try that as well. Yeah, clear the cache. And then maybe install the... Yeah, I mean, it is pretty. It looks nice, yeah. No, I don't have shaders active, Brenold, right now. The shaders are in-op at the moment, so no shaders. It's not blurry. No, so this is not blurry, Brenold. It was blurry on the first flight a bit. But here's fine. Yeah, looks very nice. Beautiful. All right, we'll get to the ground of that. Cool. Yeah, those are fun continuing. Did you actually hear that? That was my wife. She's downstairs in the living room, and you heard that. So you can imagine if you're sitting next to her when she's sneezing. Yeah, mine as well. Yeah, I'll tell you heard that. It scares the living Dana. It's just it comes completely unsuspected, so unexpected. So it's like, you know, bam. Very nice. Yeah. So the scenery obviously is nice. We'll see. No. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. My moderators, thanks for all the help. And next stream's on Friday. I am going to use the time to prepare a bit more for repairs of the sims, etc. And I will try to see if we can do a shared flight with Lee
experience. Could new subscribers
on
please
Friday.
Make your way to the first class cabin?
Lee, are you available on Friday for shared flight?
Snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Lee Chris, nice to see you. And again, man, thank you so much. That's 68 months of support. That's such a long time. Thank you so much, V Chris. Yeah, GG, V Chris. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, I'll talk to Lee and see if he's got time on Friday. And I've asked Continuum, Quaz, so lots of people, also Sim Caesar, lots of people to do shared flights with. Good night, Alpha. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you again very soon on Friday. Until then, as always, stay well, and wish you all happy landings. Good night.
Good night, Black Box.